the lesson.
Oh, yeah.
We got NME in the Brisbane Scene Change studio. How you doing, fellas?
Yeah,
Good, thanks.
Chilling.
Want to really get into the NME story because although you guys, to my knowledge, have been around for the last year in terms of a national scale. I'm sure you guys were doing your thing prior to your first joint like German and that dropping. Yeah, it'd be interesting to know exactly how everything has come together because you've had a lot of success very quickly. And so, first of all, you're all born in Brizzy?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
These two are.
Yeah, Tommy.
I was born in New Zealand, but
Yeah.
I moved to Australia when I was 1. So I'm pretty much,
okay.
Yeah.
been bred.
I was born in New Zealand as well, Auckland. Moved to Sydney.
And then, so
after
how
I was-
old were you when you came down?
I moved to Sydney when I was about 3, back to New Zealand, back to Brisbane, and yeah. It's been at
And then,
Brisbane
so
ever since.
Tommy and Stallion, you
Yeah.
guys are
Born and raised in
Brizzy.
Logan. Yeah, born and raised.
Yeah,
Trenches,
and so
yeah.
I wanted to get into that because so you guys are both born and raised in Logan, and then you fellas have come from New Zealand and Sydney.
Yeah.
Now, how did you all first sort of get to know each other and be introduced to one another? Was it through high school or?
Yeah, we grew up knowing each other. Yeah,
Primary school and
high school.
Yeah, these two are a bit older, but
Yeah, older generation than us.
yeah. But Stelly and I played footy together when we were younger.
Okay.
Yeah,
And we all live
right.
in the same neighbourhood pretty much. So
Yeah.
kind of.
pretty much.
Yeah, between high school and the neighbourhood and that's how you guys have sort of clicked together.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Family.
So then does that mean that you fellas that moved to Brizzy, did you guys, when you came to Brizzy, did you move to Logan straight away and that's where you've been the whole time or you're from
Yeah.
different parts
Yeah.
of Brisbane?
Yeah.
Nah,
Okay, so all four
when I
of...
moved from New Zealand with my parents, we moved straight to to Woodridge, and I've pretty much lived in Woodridge all my life.
Yeah.
Even to this day, we're still like we'd move houses, but we wouldn't move out of the suburb. If you know what I mean? Yeah, we'd still stay in Woodridge or somewhere around Woodridge. So yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah, same here.
So is that right? Is that right next to Logan or is that a part of Logan?
Yeah, it's
in
part of
Logan.
Logan.
It's
in
a
Logan.
suburb in Logan,
Yeah.
yeah. Logan's a city.
Okay. So Logan is like the area, and then within Logan you got certain suburbs.
Yeah. Because Logan and Brisbane are actually two different cities. They both.
Oh, so how far is Logan from Brisbane?
It's like 30 minutes, 20,
half an hour.
25.
Yeah. Something random.
Ah, okay. All right. So then, therefore, the four of you being residents from Logan, can you tell us a bit about growing up in Logan, what the neighbourhood's like, what are some of the, I guess the positives, but then also some of the challenges of that particular area of Brisbane?
Do you want to go first, bro?
From my experience, growing up and living in Logan, especially Woodridge, it's not how the media portrays it. They put us out there as if it's a dangerous area. If you walk the streets by yourself, you're gonna get bashed up by people. It's actually quite it's multicultural. Everyone's I'd say everyone's happy down there. It just depends. Some people have their days. You have your bad days, you have your good days. But I wouldn't want to live anywhere else besides Logan. Like growing up, it's always it's been a big part of me growing up. Something that I hold close to to all of us. That's why we represent Logan. Yeah. To the fullest in all our music, especially whatever we're doing in life.
Growing up in Polynesian households, you grow up with church and stuff. So when I was younger, I was going church and shit. I was going church and stuff, and then kind of fell off kind of thing, and then I couldn't work pretty much with the boys. Yeah.
Now, you guys mentioned that the media sort of portrays Logan to have, I guess, a certain stigma to it.
Yeah.
Similar
to ghetto, yeah. A lot of islanders, it's multicultural as well.
Very multicultural, especially
You got
Woodridge.
islanders, Wogs, Asians, Africans.
Yeah.
And it's they have their,
wow.
If you go to certain parts of Woodridge,
Yeah, they got their own.
they've got their own areas. If you go to near Woodridge train station, that's
Oh, now if you go to Woodridge Station now, it's all Afghans, right? They've brought all the shops, man. You know?
Okay.
You find like a lot of Middle Eastern stores.
Yeah, man. That's good, but they got good food. And
You'd find like a few Asian grocery stores. It's good, like, because we do most of our shopping at the Asian grocery stores, like, because, you know, you get cheap mee goreng noodle boxes and stuff like that.
Hey man, you can't go wrong with mee goreng, can you?
And then if you go like, where? Oh, you go anywhere in Woodridge, you'll see Islanders everywhere. Like, you turn the corner, you see an Islander.
Now, sometimes when you have an area where different pockets have different cultural groups, and sometimes you have some rivalries and things of that nature.
100%.
Does Logan come with some of those tensions?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, there's always been that stuff growing up.
around these guys' generation it was a bit worse, but
Like, it was bad back when, you know, back in my day, but it's kind of settled down now. Like, back in the day, it would have been like Polynesians against, you know, like Middle Easterns, or Polynesians against the indigenous, or Polynesians against Polynesians. But now it's kind of settled down. Like, I think now, you know, everybody's realized, you know, we're all part of Logan. Like, we're all one big family. We got to stop seeing each other, and we're all the same, if you know what I mean.
yeah, we've become more of a tight-knit community these days.
Yeah, word.
Yeah, especially with the music and that. Everybody just like, you know, supports one another.
Yeah, pretty much.
With the music, the content that you guys have in your music, it's like I said, the beats and the vibe is very party orientated. It's got that sort of feel. But when I really listen to the lyrics, you know, it's got that street element to it. Now, as guys who are young and putting the music out, because I think there was an incident where a kid, I think in Melbourne, he got stabbed and he passed away. And Lissy may have addressed it in an interview or on social media or something like that. I can't quite remember. Basically saying, yeah, put the weapons down and, you know, fight it out. Now, do you guys think that, not just you guys in particular, but the music, with the nature of the music at the moment, with the street element and culture, do you guys think that that perpetuates more of that sort of shit? Or do you think it's just more, you're just reporting what's going on and what's been going on around you in the neighborhood?
Yeah, nah.
That's a controversial topic because I hear that a lot, that music does influence actions and what happens on the streets. But, you know, you've got other things like video games and movies, and it's not just music. And even like you saying we have a street element in our music, that's not something that we try to do. It just comes out, you know? So I don't think music is the main factor, but I do think it plays a little part. Yeah.
You guys actually have a new joint, a new one coming up, Presto.
Presto, yeah.
So I guess tell us a little bit about that. And I think, look, you guys are looking at dropping it in a couple of weeks. So this interview will, you know, drop maybe a little bit after. But walk us through, I guess, what that song's about. Whatever you can tell us about the song, obviously, before it drops.
It's pretty much, the song's pretty much about, like, you know, just making money.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, making money.
Making money.
We worked with a producer from Amsterdam. Yeah, Amsterdam.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, his name was Squatter Boy.
Water boy. Oh, he's dope, bro. That producer.
Actually, at first, it's actually, the original song was by the same producer that did No Reason, Ben Tripp. But same problems with Suave and German. So we had to get the beat switched.
Yeah, changed the
by,
beat.
Yeah.
Beat up.
Like, keep in mind that this song was actually made around the time of No Reason. So we had no idea.
Ah, okay. And then, so have you guys shot the video for this already and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's done. We finished shooting the video last week.
We did, 3 whole days.
Shout out to Moon Boy Entertainment.
Yeah, it's going to be a movie.
Yeah, it's going to be a movie, so stay tuned for that one.
Stay tuned.
And so you're saying there's going to be a movie?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a movie.
It's going to be the music video itself is a movie.
Yeah.
And so when you say that, do you mean that because it's cinematic in the way that it's filmed, or because there's skits in it, or?
Yeah, a bit of both. Yeah,
Bit of both, eh?
Yeah, it's like a little bit cinematic the way the music video is.
Yeah.
When someone says something's going to be a movie, it's like, it's not an actual movie. It's just slang for,
Just
like,
get ready to
it's
watch
going to
it.
be a mad thing to watch.
How do you guys feel about, you know, the song as you're sitting on it now before it's been released? Because who knows, It could do 100,000. It could do 10 million. So it's interesting to have you guys in the seat before it comes out.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about the drop for that? Do you feel any pressure because you've had such strong success that you need to back it up, or, you know, what are your thoughts?
Me personally, like, yes and no way. Like, there's a little bit of pressure. Like, every song since German, people now expect that standard from us.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
But at the same time, like, I have faith in, you know, in the boys, and I know that, you know, this song, if we love this song, I can guarantee that the rest of Australia and the rest of the world is gonna love this song too.
Yeah, 100% agree with Randy. But personally, I don't really have any pressure because I don't make music to please anyone really. Like, we just release music because we love it, and it's what we do now.
Yeah.
So there's no one really out there that I want to please, but I'm definitely nervous for people to listen to it. It's like a love and hate type of thing. It's just how music is, really.
Let's get into, I guess, the NME story in terms of the creative shit. You know, the picking up the pen, getting in a booth, because I imagine that, and I could be wrong, but I imagine before you put out a banger like German, there's a bit of a process that was going on before that, you know, practicing, freestyling, people are battling in cyphers in the neighborhood, etc. What was your experience growing up, I guess, with hip hop, your influences, and then how did you guys sort of start becoming, you know, the MCs, etc.?
Yep. We'll go from left to right.
Yeah. Yep. You go first.
No, I just like how I started rapping, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I was basically like, you know, when just your group of friends you hang out with, like growing up in school, we were into rap music, a lot of Tupac, like Bone Thugs, Biggie Smalls, all that. And then like, we'd like wag school, go get a blaze and stuff, and then just blaze and just start rapping, bro. And then that's all we'd do every day. And then we kind of just, it turned into like actually writing songs, because it was mostly just hanging out, freestyling with each other or battle raps, whatever. And then it slowly turned into actual writing songs and then recording music, and then, yeah, it was kind of that, yeah, just, that's how I started kind of thing, like just with my friends, fucking around, and then kind of took it serious a little, yeah.
And then what about for the rest of you fellas?
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same as well. Like in school, I remember I was grade 8 and I got my first, you know, Sony Discman, you know, the Walkman. And I took my cousin's Tupac CD out of his CD player, and that was a CD I listened to like through the whole of grade 8. I listened to that one CD. And then
Which album was it?
It was the greatest hits one with the
Oh yeah, the double disc one.
yeah, the double disc one. And I think I had this one where the first song was America's Most Wanted, and it was just from there, like just listening to Tupac. And as through high school, you know, progressing through high school, I started listening to different rappers like Bone Thugs. And then, yeah, from there on, I just thought, bro, I could try and, you know, start writing some stuff.
Yeah, try and make bangers.
And then, you know, two of the boys at school played on the guitar, and the number one tune that they played on the guitar was, you know, Breezing. That was the tune, bro.
You don't even know who sings it, but you know the song.
Yeah, you hear someone playing that in school, that's the freestyle battles are on.
Every fob plays it on a guitar, bro. Like,
You hear that, bro?
as soon as that beat comes on, the battle's on, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
battles are on. It could be
That's
anywhere. It could be
dope.
on the train, in class, anywhere, bro. Anyone who would get the
just gotta be ready, bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta be ready for the smoke. I did music in high school thinking that it would help, you know, with my writing, but nah, it didn't help. It was just, it was learning, you know, I was learning about how to play the piano. I didn't want to learn how to play the piano, you know what I mean? So then I left that. Yeah, it was just, a process, like, just, you know, like a life journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what about for the rest of you guys? So I imagine something similar?
Nah, for me it was probably a bit different because I was pretty new to Brisbane. I was in about grade 4, so it would be 2010. Didn't have many friends, but for primary school, our teacher used to give us like 2 minutes during the day where we could write anything we wanted. And I just started writing Kendrick Lamar lyrics in my book, and then I went home and my brother was using SingStar mic on a little Windows XP computer, like probably from like 2007 or something. And he used to record his music off a SingStar mic. And then pretty much from then, I started recording around grade 9. where I saved up enough money to get a snowball. It's like this little like desktop mic, and I started making SoundCloud tracks. I was into like boom bap around then, but yeah, as I've got older, I just started getting better and perfecting my craft, and yeah, now I'm here.
Here we are. And
Yeah,
Stallion?
about me, I'm a bit different from the boys. I was playing rugby, like originally, and like music to me was like motivation. Like I would just like play music for like, you know, when I go to my games, always have my headphones on and all that. Yeah, so like it was different. But in high school, I grew up in a time where drill came out. I started listening to drill, and then yeah, from that, met these boys. Like we all just gathered up and then write our verse. Yeah, and then we went from there. Eh?
German was the first single that you guys dropped on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Okay, and that was the first thing that you guys did as
a group.
NME?
Yeah.
Cool. So I want to get into the process of that single because, yeah, I think, you know, it dropped end of last year.
Yeah.
It's done over 5 million views. I think 5.5 or something, maybe even more. Yeah. And there's really not that many people, whether it's in Australia, even worldwide, that can say they dropped a joint and in less than a year it's done over 5 million views. So congratulations, that's a massive, massive thing. And it's purely as a you know, as a listener, as a fan, as a viewer, and a hip hop dude. It's just purely it's a banging joint.
Yeah,
that's all there is to it.
Yeah, exactly. We appreciate you, bro.
The whole thing, the video, the beat, the raps, the vibe, just the whole thing is dope. So I want to get into like how that song came about. So who came up with the concept? How did you guys come up with the concept? Like where did that really sort of begin?
Yep. So, so at the time, Randy was actually my barber. So he used to cut my hair up.
Yeah.
And he knew I was making music at the time. He reckons, yo, bro, I got a beat, and this is the chorus for it. And I liked it. I liked the content that he had, and it was, how did it go originally?
It was like, tell me why you look nervous when man pulls up in a German.
Yeah.
Your gang came from the circus. You ain't never ever made an earning.
Nah, let me tell this story. Let me tell this story. Yo, cause yeah, like I was saying, I was rapping before growing up, and then I kind of stopped rapping. Like I needed to make money, bro. So I kind of gave up rapping, and then all this new stuff coming out, bro. And then I started hearing, I was like, fuck, man, I got to get back into rapping, bro. It's like all this new shit coming out. So I went and got a laptop, got this little interface, and then connected this mic I got from my mate. And then we'll hooked it up to the UE Boom, had this $30 headphone, and then my brother come over while I was recording one time. He goes, fuck, when did you get a studio? And I was like, oh, I just got it the other day. And he goes, oh, shit. So he must have went home. He must have been thinking about my studio that I just put together, eh? So he comes the next day, and then he's recording, bro. And I listen to his thing and he goes, what do you reckon, bro? Hit or what? And I was like, oh, I reckon we need like something different, eh? And then he hits up RB, and then RB twisted it up a bit, and then
it came from that chorus to the chorus that I made. Oh well, just switched it up, and then I found a different beat. Came back maybe the next week, and showed these boys they liked it.
Yeah, we liked it.
Away,
Recorded it all on GarageBand as well, bro. Free download.
Old Mac.
Yeah?
Free stuff. Yeah, no money in the price.
$30 headphones, UE Boom. Interface
Yeah, wow.
that I didn't even buy.
Yeah.
Mattresses.
So that was a real sort of do-it-yourself.
Yeah, man. It was all in my bedroom, bro.
It was all from Tommy though.
Yo.
Cause like keep in mind that Tommy had to mix the whole entire song off a UE Boom and headphones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
It all came
Fucking
from
hell.
UE Boom headphones, an old MacBook, and this interface that I borrowed from JV.
Yo.
Wow.
he got it for free.
I'm gonna give it back when I'm done, hey. Yeah. I'll give it back when I'm finished, but I'm not finished yet.
Now, Arby, you say that you found the beat or you changed the beat at one
I
point?
found the beat, but
Found a new
I
beat.
changed the chorus.
Switched up the chorus a bit.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to ask is when you say you found the beat, because I wanted to ask who produced the song, like who actually made the beat, but
Is it YouTube?
It was
YouTube.
I found it off YouTube. off some place called I forget the name, but
Universal
and-
something.
yeah.
And so when you,
Music gay.
Universal Beats or something.
Universal, something like
something
that.
like that, yeah.
wow, so when you find a beat like that, do you then have to pay in order to use it, or is it you just?
Yeah, of
We
course.
paid him.
Yeah.
But
But we didn't know he didn't make the beat.
yeah, I picked the beat without knowing what was going on.
So
behind
the guy who had the beat up on YouTube reckons he made the beat, but so we paid him the money, got the beat, and then found out he didn't make the beat.
it. Yeah.
Oh, so the
Yeah, so it was like a
It
fraudulent.
was bad, bro. Bad.
That's another story.
It's
That-
a whole nother day. Honestly,
Yeah,
I think we dealt with that for like months and months.
Yeah.
Like
it was like
after
3
that.
months.
most
3 months.
stressful time of I'd say of our career. Like
Yeah.
we experienced this whole shit at the very beginning of our career. So, but it was good.
good learning.
'cause,
Yeah, good
yeah,
learning
because like everything after that, like it's just minor to us, small things.
Yeah,
now, but
yeah.
that,
After that, we started like being very selective with our beats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We became more business minded and we started to understand the music industry a bit
Yeah.
more.
A lot more.
yeah, no, because that was the interesting thing, because when a dude produces a beat, if they don't clear the sample, which a lot of times they don't,
yeah,
if the song doesn't blow up, doesn't matter.
yeah,
But if the song blows up,
Yeah.
the artists are stoked, but then the record companies or whoever come knocking on the door and
Yeah,
take all the
100%.
royalties for the music.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that in 2020 you can just buy a beat off the internet,
yeah,
and now you guys have brought it to my attention that
Yeah.
dudes are slanging beats that aren't even necessarily
He even,
their own.
he even gave us a whole license and everything. Like he wrote up a whole license.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fraud,
so,
being a fraud.
Bro.
so even though it wasn't his beat,
Yeah.
did he have the rights to sell the beat, or he didn't? He shouldn't have even been doing that in the first
yeah.
place.
He's
Had
gonna
no
be
rights
facing
at
some
all, bro.
time, eh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he was doing the wrong thing,
yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Wow. But you guys did everything correctly on your end,
Yeah,
so it was
yeah,
all
yeah,
good.
But yeah, that
Well
guy's been
done.
dealt with now.
Yeah, he's been dealt.
He's been dealt with it.
Yeah,
We found out who made the beat in that.
Yeah.
And yeah.
We even got approval from the actual artist.
Yeah.
Did we? We did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did too. I think Pink Martini or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pink Martini actually gave us.
We had a few
approval.
martinis with him. And
He said he actually liked the song, so yeah. It's all good.
Okay. So, and I'm assuming you didn't find out about all these complications until after the song was released.
yeah,
yeah, until after it took off. Yeah.
Yeah, until after it blew up.
Yeah.
So let's go back briefly to, you've changed the hook. You guys have figured out what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you've got it all arranged in your head. And then I'm guessing you're over at Tommy's, you're recording. And then once you've recorded the song, and it's been mixed, etc., and you've played it back, did you guys kind of know that you were onto something big?
yeah.
Or
Yeah.
We knew straight away.
Like,
Straight away, man.
we made it. Like we made the song, and then we're figuring out how to like release it.
Yeah.
We were like, nah, let's release it now. Don't tell the boys. But then we all had to listen to Head Honcho over there.
Like the track was when it was done.
Now I knew it was gonna be big.
There's the beginning of the song, how it has the
Yeah.
sample playing. That was on the end of the song.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the intro
Tommy
sample.
rearranged it.
Because that portion is at the start and at the end, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually,
Yeah,
no,
okay.
it was in the middle of the song.
Middle. And then I told Tommy, I was like, bro, put that at the beginning.
Yeah. We did heaps of chopping up. on
Yeah,
that beat, though.
I was like, put that at the beginning. It's gonna throw everyone off. Like they're
Yeah.
gonna think it's some like Spanish song.
Yeah, actually, we were actually gonna call it. It wasn't gonna be called German. It was gonna be called like Vida Loca. It was.
Well, that-
Randy I was like, come on, yeah.
There was a few other names.
Yeah.
But, nah, it was
Guys.
pull up.
Pull up.
What
Pull up
else?
times two.
Yeah, it was too. Pull up times two. Come on, yeah.
Yeah, so
Circus.
And then, so you have recorded the song.
Yeah.
You knew that you had something, and then fast forward to when you've gone to record the video. Who did the visuals and how was the process of recording that video? Because it is a dope clip.
Yeah, shout out Cozy Boy Chris.
Cozy Boy
One
Shout
of
out
my mates
Cozy
from
Boy.
high school actually shot it. He
Yeah.
was working for my uncle, and
King's Footlong.
It was just one camera, no lights.
No lights.
No lights, nothing.
No other cameras.
Just car lights, eh?
Yeah,
just car lights.
car headlights.
We just told everyone to meet up here at this spot at this time. Gonna shoot a clip, and then everyone came through.
Yeah, we didn't.
But shout out to everyone that came through as well.
Shout out
Shout out to all the boys that came.
There was heaps of people that came through, man.
Yeah, we put like an invitation on our the official NME account. So we just started the account, and it was like a marketing trick.
Yeah,
Like we
it was.
put the invitation out, saying if you want this song to be released next week, get this page to 4,000 followers.
Oh yeah.
And it got to 4,000 followers in like a couple of days.
Yeah.
Yo, we released it on the next day.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
that's
was like,
killer.
we didn't expect the page to grow that quick.
Nah, definitely not.
And then so you got the song, you got the video, you know that you've got something, good. When you dropped it and the views start racking, although you knew you had something dope, did you know you had something that would get that sort of reaction?
Nah.
Definitely not.
We didn't know it would go like
Yeah,
5 million views, man.
Come on now, 5 million. No one expects that. I
So
was
what were you
expecting,
guys expecting? Like 500,000, 100,000?
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
Tommy
expectation.
was expecting like, what were you expecting? Like 50.
No, I
A mil or
was,
something.
I was like a mil for
Yeah,
sure.
he was like a
for
mil.
sure.
I was like 50K in
Yeah,
like
these guys
5
didn't
months.
think it would hit a mil. I knew it would hit a mil.
Yeah.
But I was stoked.
Didn't expect
Yeah, I was
that
stoked.
much.
Like, I think it was the same night. We already had our first reaction video.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Same
it
night we
was.
released it by a dude named Loyalty.
Loyalty
Shout out
family,
him.
yo. Shout out to Loyalty as well.
First ever
And,
reaction.
Because the whole idea of when we released the song, we were going to release it at that time. And we had like a pre-release party planned. And the idea was to have this party and then have everyone come to the party and then have the music video drop the same time. But because everyone got us to 4K followers, we had to drop it at lunchtime straight away because everyone was like, we got you 4K, drop the song, drop the
Everyone
song.
was waiting for it.
Yeah.
We're all meant to be together. I was out in Woodville playing footy and these guys were together.
And then we dropped it at lunchtime. Still had the pre-release party, but it was more of like a party.
Just a celebration type of thing.
Yeah.
I remember going to the bathroom at the place just to watch the reaction.
Yeah. This American, reacting to
Yeah, and he
our
loved
first
it,
song,
bro.
yeah.
He loved it.
That's dope. And then when I looked through, and I might have briefly brought this up in the radio interview, I can't remember, but when I was looking through the comments briefly, the top comment, which was pretty funny, it said something to the extent of bunch of Polynesian dudes rapping over a Spanish beat about a German car
In Australia.
in Australia.
That's how multicultural we are. Come on now.
That's how.
Now, how do you guys, did you guys laugh your ass off when you seen that comment? Because I
There's
did.
heaps of comments we laughed at, eh? Like,
There's heaps. Bro.
there's heaps, man.
Your second single was Suave.
Yo.
Yeah.
And that also has like a Spanish feel to it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got ping for that one.
My uncle Elvis Crespo sings that sample. That's on.
Who
Suave.
sings that sample?
Elvis Crespo.
Elvis Crespo? You heard of him?
I don't know. who
Elvis
that is.
Crespo.
Nah,
He was
nah.
a big Latin singer.
Big Latin artist, bro. Massive.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so that's interesting. So, having said what you guys said about, there were some issues with the clearance of the beat of German. Then on Suave, you said that you guys have sampled a big artist.
Yeah.
Now, does that mean that then you guys produced that beat? You didn't grab it off the internet. You actually made that one yourselves.
We got that.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we got that one like before all that.
Yeah, before all that happened, it was like
We already made Suave.
dropped German, and then 2 weeks before we, it was just 2 weeks after we started working on the next song.
Yo.
Yeah.
Cause
But that was before we got pinged for German. And then the same thing ended up happening with Suave, which, yeah. 'Cause that was-
Okay, so the German thing happened.
Yeah.
You squashed that, but you're saying that you had the beat for Suave before the German thing happened with the clearance.
Yeah, pretty much, bro.
Yeah.
So you didn't know.
We didn't know.
Yeah, we didn't know.
we just assume if you buy a beat, if you pay for something,
it's yours.
pay
That's
for
all
it, you know
good.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's yours.
It's yours.
So
We didn't know all the leads.
yeah, we didn't know any of this stuff.
Anything. We didn't have a manager.
We just wanted to
Okay,
make
so
music,
then
yeah.
tell us a little bit about, I guess, the Suave single, and you know, again, first of all, how did that song come about, and what was the issues that you guys had in terms of the clearance of the beat or the sample?
Yeah. So yeah, before we even released German officially on YouTube, we had a snippet up already. It was just like a little recording of a speaker, and we ended up getting hit up to do a show, and obviously we couldn't do a show with only one song, and German hasn't even come out yet. So we started working on Suave, and we pretty much just made Suave for the show specifically.
Show, yeah.
Yeah.
And then yeah, we ended up doing that.
Yeah, it was like the song was written and recorded and done in like 2 weeks.
Done before German was like
Nah, not even 2 weeks, man.
yeah,
It was quick.
less than
Like
2
a
weeks.
week, eh?
It was
Yeah, we
real
laid it
quick.
down.
It was quick.
It happened real fast with those two songs.
So it was you, Stanley, that found the beat, eh?
Yo.
Yeah.
Stanley found the beat.
Yeah, he always finds the copyrighted beats, eh?
Yeah,
Stanley found the beat.
I wrote
Who wrote the hook?
Yeah, I wrote
I wrote the
but,
hook.
but Tommy.
Nah, I wrote the hook, bro.
Let's be real, bro. Just
Suave hook.
be yourself.
Yeah, I wrote that shit.
be yourself.
I wrote that shit.
Yeah, come on there.
Back yourself.
Come on there.
Back yourself.
I wrote all their verses as well. So,
Yeah, but I ended up
call
producing.
me Ice Cube.
I actually mixed it, so
Yeah, okay. And then, so you guys have been working on those two songs kind of simultaneously,
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
and then you guys have dropped German, it's popped off, but then there's been issues with the clearance of the beat. So then when you've dropped Suave, considering what had just happened with German, knowing that you guys bought that beat off the internet, like similar process, were you guys a bit like, oh shit, the same thing might happen again?
Yo.
Nah, because the German thing didn't happen till
Till later, yeah.
later.
Little bit.
But yeah. So
Like
when
just before no reason, no.
yeah, so when we uploaded Suave, we put it through the distro site, and it gives you, I think it takes about 3 days for them to get back to you to tell you if it's been approved or not.
Yeah.
And I
And
got an
we
email.
already dropped it on.
Yeah,
We already dropped it on YouTube.
And then, bro, it was like the same day I got an email from YouTube saying that the song's been flagged. And then I was like, what the fuck? Like, we paid for this. And then, then I checked the distro site, and it said the song's been flagged as well for copyright. And then I told the boys, like, because, you know, we're all new to this business.
Yeah.
And we were, like, stressing out, like, you know, what are we going to do now? Like, people want this song on the streaming platforms. And, yeah, we didn't have any answers, so we just left it as a track on YouTube for everyone to listen to. We're working on getting it cleared at the moment.
Yeah.
We're in talks with clearing trying to get the sample cleared as well.
Yeah, wow. So because the sample's not cleared, YouTube will allow you to have it up there, but all other streaming platforms won't allow you to have it up there.
Yeah, but that's only because we're not making a cent off YouTube. It's going straight to Elvis Crespo
Crespo.
and his label.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
technically we don't really
Elvis
own.
Crespo, enjoy that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elvis Crespo.
So then that's the Suave single.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the one that's come after that, and that's, I think, 1.5 million views already.
Yeah.
So that's clocking well too. And then the third single, No Reason. That was the third one?
Yeah.
Cool. So again, same thing, like how did you guys come to making that song? I'm going to guess you've dropped the first two and then you've started the process for that single, or you've already been working on that?
So German came out around, I'd say November-ish. Suave came around December. It came to January, and we actually had we threw our own show called Pull Up in Logan City, January. And same situation as Suave, we couldn't do a show with only 2 songs. So Randy already had a hook written to a different beat, and we just chucked that on the No Reason beat, which was actually called Cuban Link back then, January.
So
Yeah.
shout out
Yeah, it's
to
actually-
Ben Tripp for
Shout out
that
to
one.
Ben
Yo.
Tripp, yeah.
It's actually an old song.
It's an old song, because I don't think it got released till a couple months later.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few months.
Because originally, we just wrote that track again just for the show.
Just for the show.
And when we performed it, everyone at the show was like, bro, what was that song? And we're like, which one? They're like, that song you guys performed, the new one. And we're like, oh, at the time we called it Cuban Link. We're like, oh, that's Cuban Link. It's just something we wrote for the show.
Throwaway,
Yeah, and they're like, nah, you have to release that, man. You have to release that. So there was people that had footage of us performing this track, and they were showing their friends, and they were telling their friends, you know, to tell us to release the song. So then, so then we went back, and we changed the whole song.
When you guys dropped that joint, did you have no issues with that third single, or you still had similar issues again with clearance?
No issues with that one. No.
Ben Tripp did a good
That was a
job.
free sample of
Splash, yeah.
yeah.
But because of the internet, you know, going global is much more of an option now than before the internet. You know, before the internet, you had to travel for people to hear and see your music for the most part. Now, people can go on YouTube.
Yeah.
Do you guys know where the majority of your audience or traffic is based? Is it Australian? Is it UK, New Zealand, a bit of everything?
Bro, believe it or not, we get most of the listeners from Sydney.
Yeah.
And after Sydney, who's after Sydney? Yeah, it's just pretty much Australia. The whole of Australia is our
Yeah. It used to be New Zealand, but around German time.
New Zealand was like where it
was
really
banging
popped off
it,
first.
yeah.
Where German really popped off was in New Zealand. They loved it over
So
there.
basically, when you guys dropped German, New Zealand arguably caught on first.
Yeah. Really.
And then off the back of that, then people in Australia have started to catch on more and more.
Yeah.
And now Sydney is even though you guys are from Brisbane,
Yeah.
Sydney is kind of, wow.
Yeah.
And I mean, look, on the topic of, you know, Sydney and people from Sydney liking your stuff, and you know, we briefly discussed, I think before we started the interview about, you know, hip hop and drill.
Yeah.
Where do you guys sort of fit in? And I mentioned that when I listen to the music without the video clip, switch it off, to me it's just instant hip hop.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, it's just dope beats.
Yeah.
When I turn the video on though, to me it's still hip hop because I'm listening before I'm watching.
Yeah.
But I can understand, like, once you hit the visuals, maybe that's what gives people the impression that it's drill, because most drill videos have the big crews and, you know, all that stuff. Now, if I asked you guys, if you were to put yourselves in a category, would you put yourselves in the hip hop box, in the drill box, in the gangster rap box, like, or would you not put yourselves in any box at all?
Aussie hip hop.
Yeah, Aussie hip hop, Aussie rap.
Aussie rap.
Aussie rap.
Trap.
Yeah, Aussie rap.
Yeah.
And then, in terms of like your main audience coming from Sydney, why do you think it's coming from Sydney as opposed to, you know, your hometown of Brisbane?
But a lot of things come in a factor. Like Sydney has more people, for example.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. To be honest, I don't know.
I guess.
Well, I'm kind of wondering if it's because maybe the look of the videos has that drill sort of look. Would you? I mean, it's you know, for lack of a better term, you'd have to say Sydney's on top of Australian drill.
Yeah.
And maybe people who are into that then see the NME videos and it's got the fat beats, but the videos are familiar, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, true
100%. Yeah, Sydney's were pioneers.
Now, I guess if, you know, and this is, bear in mind, this is off the top of the head. If we were doing I'm going to guess you guys follow footy, rugby or basketball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of
Bit
the
everything.
above.
Yeah. Bit of everything.
Rugby.
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine you've got a top 5 like in sports, that you got a ladder,
Yeah.
right? If Australian hip hop, and within that you can have trap from Australia, drill from Australia, everything that's urban from Australia. In 2020, off the top of your head, if you guys had to do a top 5, city by city, how would you guys rank that top 5?
City by city.
Like top 5 in each city.
Come on now.
Or just top 5.
So top 5, no,
whole-
top 5 cities. Like, who's the hottest cities in Australia? For,
Come on,
you
let's
know,
be
hip hop
honest.
slash.
Well, this is just drill, urban.
Rap. I'll just
No,
say,
urban. So we're
Sydney, Melbourne,
talking
Brisbane.
hip hop, drill,
rap.
trap, everything.
Yeah.
Sydney, Brisbane, Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Sydney, Melbourne.
Yeah, Brisbane and Melbourne can be like exchanged.
Yeah. Because like Sydney's going off, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
Sydney's going off.
Sydney's going
Good
off.
music all the time.
good
from there.
music everywhere, man, in Sydney.
Yeah.
So you've got Sydney at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Who would you put second? So you guys are saying second or third is a toss up between Brisbane and Melbourne.
Melbourne, yeah. Nah, I'll say Brisbane.
Yeah, I'll probably say Brisbane as well.
Yeah.
Only because Melbourne has a couple of groups, like,
Up
That-
here in Brisbane, we got a few.
but Brisbane, like, we're, yeah.
Got
we're
us, you got
consistent.
Lissy as well, you got the West.
Yeah.
The West.
I'll take
ADM.
Brisbane, yeah.
Yo, Maz.
Okay, so you've
Lord
got
Lance.
Brizzy at number 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got Melbourne at number 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then who would you put at 4 and 5, if anyone? Or are they the only 3 cities that are really on your radar?
Yeah, at the moment, I don't think I've heard of any
Yeah.
What
other.
about New Zealand? Can we add New Zealand in there?
Yeah, you can throw. Yeah,
I'll
you
put
can
them
throw
in
New
after
Zealand.
Melbourne.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, for sure.
Okay, so we've got
Kelly
Sydney, Brisbane,
Yeah.
Melbourne,
Yeah.
honourable mention New Zealand,
Yeah, for sure.
and we're not even going to bother with a number 5 spot because
'Cause I don't
I
think
guess
Yeah, I
it's
haven't
not.
heard
I
much
don't
of like
know how much.
other.
The other states make some more music.
When I think New Zealand hip hop, the first 2 names that come to mind are Savage
Yep.
and Scribe.
Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how familiar are you guys with Savage and Scribe, and did they have much of an influence
Oh, yeah.
with you guys?
Man,
Yeah,
I
Scribe was
used to-
massive when we were growing up.
100%.
I used to listen to Scribe
A lot, bro. Yeah.
Crusader album. Yeah. That was my shit.
Nah, Scribe was the man, bro. Like he
yeah.
was the face of New Zealand
Yeah.
hip hop back then, I reckon. Like,
I'll say
Pretty
like
sure-
the face of Polynesian
Yeah,
rap.
Yeah,
pretty
even
much.
that,
He
yeah.
was probably like the first out of New Zealand and Australia to make a EA sports game.
big
It was
boys, bro.
Madden.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then, so are you
And
guys
Savage, bro.
also
Savage
very
is-
familiar with Savage's music?
I started listening to Savage through his crew, Decepticons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was only one song I used to listen to because all my older cousins used to listen to them, and it was Stop,
Yeah.
Drop and Roll.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know the
so-
one.
I think Stelly and I were in nappies around Savage's time.
Yeah, I never heard of Scribe and Savage, eh?
And then, so if we're talking, them arguably being the guys that really kicked off Polynesian rap and, putting it in the mainstream, you had those guys, and I'm sure you had a lot more. It just didn't necessarily make my radar.
Yeah.
But now in 2020, if you look at hip hop from Australia from the late 90s, early 2000s, which is when I first became familiar with it, very different to where it's at now.
Yeah. 100%.
And now you've got, I guess, a little bit of a Polynesian almost like movement.
Yeah.
You're seeing more Polynesian crews and rap groups in Australia. Who do you guys feel really has put that on the map in the new school? And who do you guys sort of either listen to or, just check out and be like, yeah, these dudes are dope?
Yeah.
Oh man. I'll just say 1-4.
1-4,
Yeah.
100%.
1-4, eh?
1-4 was like I don't 1-4 was the reason why like I kind of got back into rapping because like I was listening to all this other stuff before 1-4, like all these poly rappers, and like I wasn't really into it much. But when 1-4 came, bro, I was like, fuck, these niggas are bad, bro.
Yo.
I don't mean to say, fuck, these boys are bad, bro. Like,
Yeah. 1-4.
1-4 definitely like they've taken it to another level, and they've pretty much done Polynesians a favor, honestly.
It'd be like
An oath, bro.
Yeah. In saying that, like with 1-4
even
success,
like, yeah.
like,
1-4 successful like they're what's their genre like drill.
yeah,
oh
Drew.
yeah.
Yeah,
drill and
true.
that. But then you got like the likes of like Hooligan Hefs who's killing it like with rap and house music.
Yeah,
House
true,
music, yeah.
true.
Yeah, so
You got heaps of people that do it, like HP boys as well, part of it. Like,
they killed it.
They killed it.
They've given us all a platform.
Yo,
But like in saying that, like with their success, they've given a platform, but you still have to work to get there. Yeah, you can't just ride off their wave. In saying that, so
You gotta earn your stripes.
yeah.
Absolutely, because I kind of look at 1-4 a little bit, for lack of a better expression, like the Hilltop Hoods.
Yeah.
When the Hilltop Hoods came through at the start,
Yeah.
it kind of kicked the door open and then it opened up the floodgates.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like I sort of see the similarities. 1-4 come out, and now you sort of see the floodgates open for groups such as yourself and other Polynesian MCs.
Yeah.
100.
What do you think it is about 1-4 that I guess really just popped off for the public like that? Like, what do you think it is about their music or whatnot that people have really gravitated towards?
Yeah, I could just tell they just wanted to be themselves and not copy any other country. Like, first of all, they started rapping in Aussie accents, which would be weird at first. And as you keep listening to it, you start to get used to it, I guess. And I think the Australian community like that. They use their own accents, first of all. And then you start listening to their lyrics, they got good lyrics.
I just feel like they made music, bro, like, not like these other guys who were just doing it for fun kind of thing, like,
true.
they were dropping, they just make good music, bro, like.
The same way that we did cities, top 5.
Yeah.
If I was to ask you guys, and there's 4 of you, so you may have slightly different opinions between of you, but generally, if you did it as a collective, off the top of your head, if you had to put your top 5 artists in Oz, they can be groups, hip hop, drill, trap, whatever. Off the top of your head, 1 to 5, how would you guys put that ladder together? At the moment, 2020, and bear in mind it's off the top of your head.
We'll put ourselves in there?
No.
You can put yourselves in there for sure.
Yeah, you can.
There's top 5 without us. Who's your top 5?
Oh, I don't know why. I don't really listen to Aussie rap like that.
It's a hard one.
Yeah.
it's
Because everyone,
There's a lot of good.
I don't think there's a top 5 here. I just think there's just dope artists in general.
100%.
Like, it's...
Well, if I reflip the question and I said to you, top 5 dopest acts that come to mind, not in order, just from Australia, the ones that hit.
I reckon Spenny, YP, then Hooligan Hefs, old mate over here. Don't put me in. Nah, I like Mussy Rook, I like Mussy Rook.
Yeah?
Yeah. And
You got one more.
One more probably be Lex. I reckon Lex. Lex has
All right, and now for the rest of you guys, one by one, same, slightly different.
Yeah. No particular order. Other than these boys. But I have to say that I do rate Tommy in my top 5, honestly. But in there I got likes of Chillin' It, Rops. I like Rops as well. You got your 1-4s, your HPs, Hooligan Hefs. And I think that's it for me. Yeah.
And then what about you gentlemen? Any ones in there that haven't been mentioned yet?
1-4 HP, Hooligan Hefs, Mussy Rook, and like Chillin' It and Wombat. Those guys.
Yeah, Wombat's bad.
I think that was 6, but yeah. That's what I listened to. I was like 15 on the daily, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then if you guys are talking, and Randy, I'm guessing all the names that you would put in your top 5 have already been mentioned, or is there some that that stand out that haven't actually been dropped yet?
I don't. Like I said, I didn't really have a top 5. I appreciate everyone's music. Like I like listening to different people's sound, just to kind of get like, what do you call it? Kind of like kind of get like a idea or.
Just have an open mind.
Yeah, open mind to people's music. So
yeah, we always have an open mind when like new music drops.
Because a lot of people, closed-minded, where you try, this business, you try and keep an open mind. You never know. Like if you try your hand at, like reggae music, we could be reggae artists tomorrow. You know what I mean?
True.
Well, Snoop Dogg did that.
Yeah,
shit, didn't he?
Snoop Lion.
Like there's this page called Poly Rappers, bro. Every time they drop a new track, I always go and listen to it. Like, just check it out, see how it sounds.
Yeah. So
Was that a page on Instagram?
Yeah, Poly Rappers.
Yeah, Instagram and Facebook. Yeah.
Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, so I don't really have a top 5. I'd say everyone's doing their thing, representing their city, holding it down for their city.
True.
So that's me. That's me personally. Yeah.
pick one person, one artist who really inspired you or influenced you to pick up a pen and write on one at a time, starting from you.
It's pretty hard, eh? To be honest, Ice Cube, eh?
Ice
He's
Cube?
got some mean motivation music.
Any particular album or song? Because I love Ice Cube. Ice Cube's fucking dope.
Nah, just all these gym songs, eh?
Yeah.
just
His
all
whole
the gym songs,
catalogue's
eh?
fucking hard as fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Cube.
Yeah.
B, what about yourself?
Probably. Kendrick Lamar, Big L. Started listening to him
Oh,
around the
Big
same
L
time.
and Kendrick. So
Yeah,
different
yeah.
generations. Big L, 90s,
Yeah,
Kendrick and New Dude.
Yeah, Kendrick was like pretty fresh when I started listening to him. Yeah, I was like 9, bro. So, yeah.
Yeah, wow. And then, so what is it? What put you onto Big L? Because Big L's,
Old school.
you know, there's Tupac and Big L for me. So it's funny that you mentioned him.
Yeah. I just found Big L when I was looking for old school boom bap type beats, and I started seeing Big L type beats, and yeah, it just went from there. Started listening to his music, and he's just crazy, bro. He's crazy.
Yeah, he's good
Yeah,
as
dope punchliner.
Yeah.
And then Randy, how about yourself?
Me, it's Tupac, eh? Tupac, it was just, he's, just listening to his music, it just, made me want to like start writing as well. And I had a mate named ATA as well. We used to record together back in the day, and he was a dope lyricist, man. Like, the shit that he would write, I'd sit there and think like, how the fuck did you come up with that? That's crazy.
Yeah, he was like a big
Yeah,
L.
man.
Yeah.
A moldy big L.
Like a moldy Big L, bro. He was like one of the originals to No Money, but he doesn't want to rap anymore. He wants to focus on the work life.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, word. And then if I said to you, your favorite Tupac album?
All Eyes on Me.
All of them, yeah. All Eyes
The
on Me
double
is a
disc.
mad one, yeah.
All Eyes on Me.
And then so, Tommy, yourself?
Yeah, same man, Tupac. Bro, I love Tupac growing up.
That's the guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't really go wrong with him, can you?
Nah,
He's got a
he's got,
pretty
like-
fucking big
yeah.
catalogue.
His lyrics are fucking
Yeah.
He's crazy, bro.
Like he
He's
wrote.
like a storyteller
Yeah.
in his music, bro, but like he makes it look easy, like
Yeah.
he does it, eh?
He makes it look so fucking easy.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just goes
I
and then
just
spits it, and then you got yourself puts a fat beat behind it, and
Yo.
it's like a million sold the next week.
yeah.
Yeah. He
I
was,
just didn't think his movie did him any justice, eh? The Tupac movie.
I didn't. I
I
mean, I don't
didn't
want to
rate
be
it.
too much of a critic, but I
Yeah.
didn't like it too much. But I think it's partly to do with, man, if you're a big Tupac fan,
Yeah.
how can you play that dude's character?
Yeah. 100%.
Like, that's got to be one of the hardest, if not the hardest characters.
Yeah,
to play
uh-huh.
ever.
It's like a rushed movie to me, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
My last question is for you, Tommy.
Yeah.
Because you are the only member in the group who covers up their face in all interviews, all video clips, and I guess just in general when you're doing the music thing.
yeah.
And my question was, I guess what's your motivation behind covering the face? Is that some people don't like being on camera, so you'll notice that when I drop this interview, I'm always behind the camera.
Yeah.
I've heard that some people do it just as a fashion thing. There's obviously different reasons. For yourself, what's the motivation behind, masking up?
It's just like,
Tell him we said it Woodridge.
yeah, just like to, part of my costume. Nah, it's like to hide my identity from like, I'm always around doing stuff in the public and stuff, and like, I'm always meeting different people, so like, I don't want them to know that's Tommy from NME. They're dealing with kind
Yeah.
of thing, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, it's dope, man, because like I'm a big fan of graffiti, and part of the reason why I'm sort of behind the camera is I love in graffiti culture how people know the name, but there's the mystique of you can't
yeah,
actually
kind of like
put
that,
a face.
yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. I fucking love that
And
shit.
it gets them to like listen more to my bars instead of like looking at who the rapper is, kind of thing. Like, if they like my
that's a
music,
bit-
then they'll like my music, not like they like the rapper instead of the music.
Music.
Kind of thing.
True.
Now that's an interesting point. Do you think that there's a lot of audience out there that will be gravitate or drawn towards
the
an
looks
artist
more
will
than
be-
the music. Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys,
Definitely, yeah.
you agree with that?
Yeah,
100%.
Like the image, you know, like anything, you know, the image sells. Like if you look the part, people want to, you know, dress like you. They won't listen to what you're rapping about, but you'll see them wearing the same shit that you wore in the video, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, so I feel like this is the way for them to kind of listen more to my lyrics than to like follow me because what I look like kind of thing, you know.
And so before we get out of here, you guys also have like a new clothing line that you guys are putting out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've teamed up with Urbanwear, and we're bringing out our first clothing line. This is our brand, Bosque.
Bosque. Yeah.
That's butter. And then so where can people go and pick up, you know, the merch? Is that online or
So it's
in the
exclusive,
stores?
yeah. So it's exclusive to Urbanwear, but you guys can purchase online if you head over to Urbanwear, search it up on Google,
Their website
on their
page.
website, and but this will be released just before Christmas, so it's still in the works at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, dope. And then so how did the collaboration with that, you know, that brand come about?
So Urbanwear, they were one of the first shops in Logan that I knew that were doing streetwear. So he had like
Pro clubs,
Air
Dickies,
Forces,
everything.
all of that.
True.
Chucks, yeah.
Dickies, bro.
Yeah,
Everyone was going there for
everyone's
Dickies.
going there. So
Vans.
and yeah, he's been around. He's a big supporter of Logan City.
Yeah, man.
And yeah, he reached out, and we decided to work together. And he helped us, you know, put our first clothing brand.
Together. Yep.
That's butter. And then are you guys just starting out with t-shirts or are you doing jumpers, jackets, women's wear?
Start on shirts.
Shirts at the moment, shirts, shorts, and jackets as well.
Yep.
And I
Oh,
think,
killer. So you got the shorts and the jacket.
yeah, and I think if you put in RB NME promo code, you get a free mankini.
Come on, man. Come on, man. That's crazy. Nah, don't do that. Don't do that.
The lesson.
Oh yeah.